Well, here you going, everyone. Josh the Collector Guy. Hope you all had an awesome week this week, ladies and gentlemen. Whatever you're up to, hope you're able to find some awesome cars for your collections. Hope you had an awesome week. Well, this is my lot of finds for this week, ladies and gentlemen. Got pretty much everything off eBay yet again. Got an awesome Sky Show set just there. One of my holy grails I was able to tick off the list. Got lots of different bits and pieces there. I shall go through that in a second. Another pink Chaparral, some Corvettes and stuff off my mad mate. But first up, we'll start off with this little guy just here. Now, I didn't find her actually. It was actually Dad who found her in the neighbour's yard when he was mowing or whippersnippering it or weed hackering it, whatever you want to call it. When he was maintaining their yard, I should say, just at the start of the week, and went down to talk to Dad or see what he was up to, and he goes, "Oh, I got something for you," and pulled out of his pocket this old little Corvette. And I was absolutely over the moon when he showed me that. I just thought it was so cool that this little car has probably been sitting across the road in the dirt probably for about 20 years or so, because it is, I assume, from the 1980s. Yes, it certainly is. So, roughly maybe 20 years or so. My dates could be wrong anyway, but I'm probably not that good at math, everyone. But thought it was so cool because it's one of my favourite castings I like to collect, and it's one of my most favourite Corvettes as well. As you can see, the back wheel comes off, the top of it now actually comes off, and coincidentally, on the exact same day, the Redline version, which is a lot older than this one, but coincidentally arrived in the post on the same day. I thought that was pretty cool, and Dad thought that was quite unusual as well. It was like a little family reunion, so I was pretty happy with that. I know a lot of people don't really look twice at the older Hot Wheels, like the ones that are all beaten up like this, but they got character. I love them just as much as I do my mint on card stuff and my Redlines, and, well, you pretty much name it, I love them all. And she certainly has found a nice safe haven with me now. She will be protected forever. I just think that's so cool anyway, in my opinion. But I thought I'd share that little story with you all because I thought it was quite interesting. And there's probably millions of old Hot Wheels scattered around the world in kids' sand pits, in the dirt, or on the roofs of houses, just waiting to be found again. But I thought that was really awesome nevertheless anyway. But moving on now. Well, actually, got this one here to compare her. That's what she actually looked like at one stage in time before she got absolutely thrashed. So it's pretty awesome anyway. Just to think she used to look like that, now she looks like that. It's amazing in my opinion. Really awesome anyway. I love my Corvettes, and that certainly is a really cool addition to the collection. But anyway, on to the stuff off my mad mate now. Went to see him during the week. Was good to see him again. We were talking Hot Wheels and have a little bit of a joke and a laugh, and was able to score some really awesome cars off him as well. Like this old eBay Toys Ferrari here. Released, I believe, back in the mid to late 70s, or roughly around the 70s anyway. I'm not going to begin to say the top word there because I think I'll butcher it. It's got Hot Wheels and Heißrada, which is German for Hot Wheels pretty much, as far as I know. They were made in Italy, these bigger scale maybe toys, and some of them are quite hard to find and command quite a price tag, and there's many different castings made, like the Chevy Astro 2, which I have 2 of in the collection, one in its box and one loose. There's the Chaparral, which I'd love to find, a couple of other Ferraris, Fiats, I think there might be a Porsche as well. A McLaren race car, I'd like to find that one too, and I think the Silhouette and also the Twin Mill, I think might have been made in the eBay Toys as well. There's a lot of variety of models, and I highly recommend to you all out there, if you collect vintage Hot Wheels and that, if you ever do come across one of them in the future, I highly recommend you picking it up because it's awesome to have in the collection. The detail in these cars is absolutely amazing. As you can see, got the old V12 engine just in there. Unfortunately, she's missing the wheel, but other than that, she's in really decent shape. Opening doors, opening bonnet, pretty much on every single car, well, opening features anyway. So I thought that was really awesome. Really nice gem to add to the collection, but to me, they're really decently put together. As you can see, not really an ounce of plastic in these things. It's pretty much all die cast. I think I've looked on eBay and pretty much a lot of them are over in Europe, but I think there's a couple in the USA. But anyway, I highly recommend you tracking one of them down if you love vintage Hot Wheels, because I know I'd like to track more down in the future, but we'll see what happens. Really decent cars as well, really nice. Got another 1973 car off my man mate. This one's the Double Vision, which is also the Mantis casting. As you can see, lots of changes from the Mantis casting without the engine in the back there, but still the opening windshield on it, which I think is pretty cool for 1973, considering Hot Wheels cut back on a lot of things that year. But they had enamel paint and the Hot Wheels weren't really as bright like they used to be in the year before, in the 72 to 68 pretty much, with all the Spectraflame paint and that. They really cut down on a lot of features. It's probably why a lot of them are worth a lot of money now, the old 1973s. Quite rare castings as well in 1973, such as the Superfine Turbine, the Double Header and the Sweet 16. So, and the old enamel colours as well pretty much seem to chip up as well if they were played with, but as you can see, this one hasn't really had a lot of play time. You can see just a few nicks here and there, but she's pretty close to mint in my opinion. I got a good deal from a man mate on that. And my first ever carded speed machine. I love the speed machines, probably a series you don't hear or see a lot about in the Hot Wheels these days. Well, considering they're not really branded as Hot Wheels, as you can see, it's just got Speed Machines and Mattel, and even on the back as well, it doesn't say anywhere it's associated with Hot Wheels, even though they did use Hot Wheels castings. Got the old Z-Wiz there. I think there's two variations of that, and they're quite hard to come by. And, well, this one's the old American Victory. I had to grab that. I love the casting. It's an old McLaren Can-Am car. I love my Can-Am stuff. And one I would really love to find would be the Lowdown, but I shall continue my pursuit for that one. But very glad to have the Speed Machines on card. Nevertheless, it's so cool in my opinion to have another part of Hot Wheels history into the collection. And as you can see, the card size is a lot different compared to the Flying Colours one as well. Obviously to cut costs, and a lot of the speed machines as well were pretty much not really manufactured as well as the normal mainline cars, you could say, because a lot of them had plastic base. Well, all of them had plastic bases pretty much and a die-cast body, whereas probably a lot of cars from that era still had die-cast base and die-cast body. So that one's really cool. Pretty basic colouring on a lot of the cars as well, but still awesome nevertheless. Moving on now to probably a car I've always wanted to at least get a mint version of or carded, the old Corvette Stingray. And as I said before, one of my most favourite, if not my favourite Corvette, in the Redlines as well. So that's another carded Redline to the collection. I seem to have lost track of how many carded Redlines I have in the collection now. The old Flying Colours. Love the card art on the Flying Colours, especially the one from 1974, but the one from 75, 76, which this one is from, is still awesome nevertheless. It's got the old Rescue Ranger there, I believe that is. The Porsche, love that Porsche, and the old Super Van. Nice, bright, beautiful colours on all of them. I know the card's a bit tattered, but the blister is still strongly affixed to the card, so you'd be crazy to open it. Or as I would say, it would be an absolute sin to open it. So that one's really awesome. I shall put her on my Vintage Hot Wheels General Motors shelf somewhere if there's enough room, but I'll sort that out later on. Moving on now to another awesome car I never thought I would get to the collection. I think maybe a year or so ago I found this pink Chaparral from an Australian seller on eBay. It was a part of a lot, and I think I only paid $15 for it, and this one was in it because the pink Chaparral is quite hard to find. I think I've seen some in pretty decent condition on eBay for around $200, and I don't think I'll be paying that for a loose Hot Wheel anytime soon. But managed to spot this one on eBay probably a month or so ago. Persisted with the bidding, kept her in my watch list, and what do you know, she's ended up in my collection. There is a wing with it, but that one's kind of puzzled me because with a lot of, well, as far as I know, with the original wings on the Chaparrals, the original ones are quite flimsy and broke, and the reproduction ones are a little bit stronger in that. That one seems to be in between, so it might be a repo. I know the guy said in the listing it was a repo, but as you can see, she's more complete than the other one. She's still got the back on it, and you know I love my Chaparrals to bits. Probably my favourite Can-Am car. Driven by Jim Hall, and mostly powered by Chevrolet engines as well. I think that's ticked all the boxes for me. And the pink's such an awesome colour as well, and she shall go down with my other one to keep her company on my General Motors shelf I was just jabbering on about before. That one's really, really awesome. Really glad to have two pretty decent examples in the collection. And pretty much last but not least, the old Sky Show set. This one's been hanging around for a couple of weeks now, waiting patiently to be shown. I think it was actually a couple of months ago I got her. Got the whole set. I think pretty much the only thing missing to it is the bits of track. As you can see, the launcher here. I think there's an example on the back we can have a look at. We shall flip it over very carefully. As you can see, you're hooking up on the table. Truck runs down, goes through this part just here. And as you can see, the old switch on the side there where you hook the plane up and hook it into there. It's pretty much triggered and the plane flies off like that, which I think is and I have seen someone say it's an ingenious design. I absolutely agree, because that is just so simple. Yet I imagine it would have been so much fun as well. Well, I'm not going to run out of planes anytime soon. I've got two of each colour. There's some trestles in there. There's part to a loop track, and as you can see, someone went absolutely nuts with writing DG on every single item in there, so might leave it like that. I know you could probably get it off, but I think it's pretty cool. That's pretty cool little history in my opinion. Pretty good little memento, I guess. I know a lot of people will probably wipe it off. The instructions are here. As you can see, the decals I won't be attaching anytime soon, because I think they're probably affixed to the sheet now. That's still pretty awesome though. And also got a speedometer instruction sheet as well, so that one's pretty cool if I ever do track down one of them one day and it's missing the instruction sheet. Instruction sheet, I should say. And got an Aqua Sky Show with it as well, and that one is pretty darn good condition as well. Beautiful, beautiful Aqua, looks really nice. And I can only assume the ramp is original as well. I don't think that would be reproduction. And as you can see, whoever writ DG writ it on the base of it too, and on the top, and it looked like someone tried to get it off the top as well. But she's in pretty good condition. I think that's my 5th Sky Show to the collection now, and really happy with that indeed. Got the pink one, purple, I believe lime or antifreeze, gold, now aqua. So still counting down all the Sky Shows. I shall hopefully try and find more one day, but with all the things I love collecting, it's hard to keep track of everything at once. I'm sure all of you guys and girls out there know what I'm talking about. Well, that's pretty much it for this week's video, everyone. I really hope you did enjoy me jabbering on about what I found, but hope you enjoyed nevertheless. Thank you to everyone who tunes in each and every week to leave kind comments, watch the video, subscribe to my channel, like the video, or whatever. I really do appreciate it. Thank you very much. And that's it for this week, everyone. Really hope you did enjoy. And remember, as always, everyone, happy hunting. Keep the hobby strong. See you later, everyone. Have an awesome week.